still says that Minds is streaming on there, but I don't have a freaking stream key in there.
Okay.
It still, every time I hit start streaming, it pops up and starts doing a count, and I'm like, I know it's not supposed to be doing that. Because it's blank. I just went in there and put a blank where the stream key is so that it wouldn't
Are
stream.
you talking about Rumble or are you talking about OBS?
In Minds, I've got I got a spot set up on my OBS to where I can stream to Rumble too at the same time if I wanted to.
I've got issues with my peer, Big Surf. I think that's what you use on
Yeah.
for mines. Yeah.
Two at the same time.
I'm not
if
sure
I
if my
wanted to.
peers know they can have there for a bit of time. I don't think it's really overly suitable.
You see, and that's one of the things I had an issue with. Like, who in their right mind would go to a place like that and get a live stream for their platform like this? I mean, that's a horrible place to go to.
I don't know what was the agreement between Live Peer and Mines. Knowing there we would just look at 2, 3 different platforms and then just go with the first one that looks good to them.
Yeah.
I should do with Zendesk.
Mm-hmm. It's
You know,
just
it's extremely critical because it came to me a couple of months before the Zendesk thing was implemented and asked me about open source bug tracking and support platforms, and I mentioned a few. I mentioned that it really needs to provide a list of functionality, and I suggested there was quite a few, also quite a few more CRMS, customer relationship management systems that can be easily modified for this purpose. They, as far as he was concerned, there was only 1 or 2, which demonstrated to me that he did not know what the hell he was doing at the time.
yeah. Alright. I sent notifications to everybody on Skype, so
Cool.
I could send one to do better, but he's on or at least I know he's busy right now, so that's the reason why I'm saying it. At least this
I
isn't
think
as a.
Chris,
Oh, go ahead.
I think Chris used always Mr. Will. I always get confused between the two. Has Chris or Mr. Robot used this yet?
I don't think Mr. Robot has a. Maybe
Chris might. Yeah.
maybe Chris, but
Uh,
he's been busy lately. At least it's not as intrusive as freaking Skype, where it freaking calls him up and shit. I still don't like the idea of doing that. I just.
Yeah, one thing I really don't like about Skype is the lack of customization when it comes to notifications.
Mm-hmm.
Muting phone call audio notifications or changing the phone call audio notifications. There's no way of doing that on there.
You should have seen it. It's worse on freaking that one. I keep forgetting the name of it. What's the name of that? That one VoIP. It's the one that you have to pay for. Robert Morningstar went on there and tried to do a show here recently. And I forgot it, but he went on there.
Zoom?
Yeah, Zoom.
Zoom, yeah, Zoom. You need to. I think you only got 20 minutes or something for free, and then you got to pay. I think.
Yeah, it happened. Actually, Jaffe was going to try it out once, and right in the middle of the stream, freaking, he had that problem, remember? And me and you and Tan pulled together and got him on Jitsi so that he could keep the show going.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that was bad enough. Then they did that one, and frickin' Morningstar got frickin' trolled by a bunch of people spamming them and posting
Yeah.
pornographic, homosexual pornographic shit on there. Fucking, it turned out to be a nightmare.
Uh, I've had a few about sort of corporate calls recently, and they've all either suggested Zoom or Microsoft Teams, and it goes back to my point that when I started out in the industry, everybody was self-hosting their own stuff, and now everybody uses third-party platforms. So, so let's say I've got a client and they want to use a third-party platform, but I do not agree with their third-party platform in terms of services. What do I do?
Yeah. That's just horrible for you, because
It is.
I know you when it comes to freaking terms of service. That's got to be horrible. You're a stickler on them, man. When you were saying that, I just started grinning because I knew what's going on in the insane mind of Mark Edworthy. Hold on a minute. Here, give it a second. Your connection's breaking up. You sound like one of those weird screechy songs. Just give it a second. See, we can take that and grab a picture of that right there. Connection lost. Let me grid view. That way we can. Or last time I was on here, they even had it to where I could frickin' hide myself, I believe. There we go. Okay, I will be back here in a minute when you get that straightened out. I gotta see what's going on.
I can't say hey. Oh, for you muted, that's fine. Okay.
Put it in there, I was like, everything's set up and ready to go. Open source and everything.
Open source and everything.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna prove my point, okay? Every single one of these guys that was running their mouth about open source yesterday will not show up. Not one of them. And they did this shit to me last year with Mr. Robot, and I'm supposed to freaking cater to their needs, you know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why I don't get caught up in that shit no more. People who preach open source never freaking follow through. They just want you to freaking do open source, but they don't want to show up, you know what I mean? And that's what drives me nuts about it. And of course, you should only do open source. Oh wow, I had that all muted when I was talking shit on open source.
Yeah, I just noticed your message on mine's chat. So you know an open sourcer?
Yeah, I guess I am. I was like, freaking, you know, now it was like I was saying before, you sit and you pay attention and you watch all those guys that were smack talking yesterday in chat, okay? Now watch how many of them actually show up. This is the way it's played out. Yesterday they were talking shit, today they don't show up.
Yeah, well, if it's only you, me, mine's gaming,
Bob Dub.
yeah.
Well, Bob Dub shows up.
Otherwise, well,
Bob Dub will show up. She's cool.
did Tan?
Now, I'm
Yes,
talking about the
yeah.
open sourcers, though. You know, so
Alright.
they're the ones I'm talking about. Like the big talkers. Well, you need to if you're doing this with Minds, you need to support open source because that's what open source and Minds is all about.
Oh, you talking about mine's gaming stuff?
Yeah. I'm like,
Mine's gaming is Mike does a lot of open source stuff himself.
yeah. You know, he's got hubs and everything. That's freaking Microsoft.
Yeah, that's not open source, but yeah,
He just wanted to go in there and stir some poop like I was doing to you. Start some shit.
you two were bullying me.
Well, I mean, it was like when it came to what we were talking about, freaking that. I had to finally come out and say it because like people have been talking about that in the freaking chats for years. This has like been like an open topic for a long time when it comes to freaking that kind of stuff. So I figured.
Uh,
Okay, the weird, you're,
it's a Mexico next time TPs.
see, your voice is messing up again.
Okay, let me just kill my audio so I can bring back up to speed.
But yeah, the thing is that's so weird about that topic that I was messing with you on is it's been a topic for years. There he goes. You gotta unmute. Unmute. You're still muted. Connection problems. Man, this is your freaking chat too. It's like I'm just a visitor and stuff. Man, Mark, this is rough. Open source. Conversation, like there it is. I think he's getting blocked from his own chat. What do you guys think? So this is the reason why we do not hit record until it's absolutely necessary. Alright, I will be back. You gotta unmute. You gotta unmute your permissions. Go check your permissions up here on the top where it says.
That's better. You
There
can
you
hear
go.
me now.
Yeah, there you go. I can hear you.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a Firefox issue last time.
Yep.
Or just now.
They've been doing the same thing on Google too. Whenever it happened the second time, I knew exactly what it was. Because whenever freaking I go on to something like this, they'll always ask me for permissions first. And
Yeah, no, the permissions were set up correctly. It's because
no, I mean, did it pop out? Did it pop out for you and give you, ask you permission?
I've already configured it so it's always using that mic. It's always it's allowed.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's working now. Anyway.
Yeah. That's the thing with me. Mine's allowed too, and it still does it to me. I don't know why. And sometimes it'll pop in and then pop back out real quick.
I did manually kill pipe wire, post audio, and then restarted,
Yeah.
and that could have caused a problem.
Yeah. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my coffee and use the bathroom.
A weird one there. Ah, cool. The fog and mouse. What? I do not be able to very satisfying moments. No, it's going to go down like much. Not anything. Just more. Just like, if you fix it and oh. Okay, live on will be see if I can come up with a solution for that. Might make it always use the something pretty nice. Too much like a hassle.
Okay, I am back.
Cool.
I see nobody showing up, huh?
Yeah, just noticed that uh, sort of
Dan probably doesn't want anything to do with this link. He's like, man, I'm sick of that open source shit. He's like,
yeah, that's the only reason why.
the one thing that gets on my nerves about
Some of the spends most of his time to make sure things
oper-
build.
freaking Rapid finally got the copies of the game I had to do. I did do some editing and been editing quite a bit. And well, oh shit. Got booted off again. You alright? Everything working?
Yeah.
Maybe we should have done it.
Yeah, you too. Oh, yeah. No, you're okay. You're okay.
Maybe we should have done it from scratch. Like used the other option.
One.
Like you should hear yourself. It's horrible. There we go. Nope. I'm going to open up Skype to I'm not going to send out anything. If anybody wants to go into Skype, they can. I have it muted so it doesn't mess with the audio. Maybe I should share the link. You there? There he is. You're unmuted. Can you hear me?
the can because
Can you
I'm
hear?
listening to different platforms.
Can you hear me?
I know. You are confusing me because you. Okay, now if you can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, it was because I activated Skype when you did that, and that redirected my headset and my camera.
Yeah. I'm just gonna leave that open just in case. I'm gonna make it to where if anybody wants to come in, they can, but I'm not gonna like push it.
Okay. I don't know what's happening at the moment. My camera's off. Oh, because let's see, it's because it's. Eh? Hang on, I'm getting confused there. My entire listening's getting confused.
It's really weird how, because it's been a while since we've been on here, and it's weird how I forgot how it used to do that all the time.
Yeah. Remember, cameras can only be directed to what, unless you create a filter camera, cameras feed can only be directed to one platform at a time.
I remember whenever your camera looks a certain way, I know it's set. That's how weird it is. Like there's a certain way your camera always looks that I know it's good to go,
Okay.
and it doesn't look like that. So you're gonna have a couple more issues.
Might have to just rebuild. I don't know the back end. 2 secs.
And I'm winning the battle on open source. I'm winning the battle on this open source thing every minute of the day, dude. I mean, you can't freaking contest what I say whenever I have physical freaking proof backing me up.
I can contest what you say because Skype is being maintained 24 hours a day, and yeah, it's being maintained 24 hours a day.
Freaking.
I'm just one person. Microsoft have thousands, billions of.
If you got a
No,
decent artificial intelligent program, then that would run through and maintain your stuff for you, then you would be okay.
I have got some automated scripts and stuff to do things like as an example, I've got on my CPS, if anything, any services go down, it will automatically bring them up and then send me an email saying issue with this.
It's something I haven't dealt with in a long time, but have you been keeping up on your refresh rate? On how much your refresh rate set when it comes to video?
Refresh, so 30 frames per second.
Okay, hold on a minute. It's been a while since I've dealt with this. I could probably pull up. I'm not sure, but I can probably pull up the options. Okay. I don't know if I can pull up any information on your video refresh rate. But that.
No.
Oh, accessibility. Yeah, they don't have it in here.
I did see a GitHub ticket in relation to that. I also noticed that when I logged in just now, that it gave me a notification saying there was a there was an update to Mixcloud that was released just a day ago.
Mm-hmm.
So what I tend to do is because all the other modules need to be updated and some of them are third party, I usually give it a month before I update.
I don't know if they have any like buffers or anything that you could go by to, but those are pretty handy. I usually use like a 19-second replay buffer.
That's client-based, isn't it? That wouldn't
Yeah,
be
well, that's what I was saying.
server-based. Yeah,
I didn't know for
so
sure
that'd
if
be
you had that.
Firefox, or that'd be the browser itself. So
I,
no, it'd be just browser caching.
I didn't know for sure if you'd have it as an option because like I know it really is. It's actually a pretty cool function. It's hard to really explain how it works, but it's still a cool function. I used to do
And saying something like this, that would cause latency and that would cause problems as far as flow of conversations are concerned.
Oh, you would be amazed what you can do with a freaking buffer. Okay, like I used to have a bit rate of like 65 bit rates per second, and I was able to use my OBS. And the only reason why I learned it was like this one dude was on the help chat for OBS, and I brought it up, and he said, "Look, man, it's not suggested, but," and he started telling me the settings to set my OBS up at. So from that day on, I was doing like really, really freaking low bit rates, and able to freaking make a video. It wasn't all that great, but I made them, you know.
But yeah, this is all client-based stuff rather than server-based things. Just wondering if there was a really good RTC extension for Firefox. Don't see anything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm really interested in a lot of the stuff that's been going on in the last week. For me, it's just there's a whole bunch of weird shit happening. Like I actually have to do an interview again this Sunday.
Okay. Shit. That's what do you mean?
Like this one guy, you remember Naroki 5?
Yeah.
I went on his show because freaking I didn't go back on his show after he did that interview for me. So I went on his show. I've been going on there. I went on there 3 times already, and one of the guys that was on there, man, freaking just sent me a message on Skype asking me if I wanted to do an interview with him on Sunday. I was like, well, damn.
Okay.
I hope he's not like expecting me to be a red pill though, because
What's the subject matter?
red pills are guys who
Yeah, I know what red pill is, blue pill. But what's the actual subjects that he wants to discuss?
I really couldn't tell you, to be honest. I mean, like,
Okay.
because like I talk about a lot of crazy stuff, you know what I mean? Right, so he could be wanting to know. We were talking about P Diddy, and
Okay, please, yeah.
and that's what I was mentioning to freaking Jaffe the other night, like, cause he even had it on topics of his topics, his PDF.
Yeah.
And I told him, I was like, man, Naroki tried that, and he had to actually freaking change the subject because it was taking too long. Everybody had something to say. Because like P Diddy was the one he was one a lot of people suspect of being involved in Tupac Shakur's murder.
Yeah. well, I'm familiar, but not familiar, if it makes sense, with the story.
Yeah.
It's one of the celebrity things I try to ignore.
Yeah. Well,
Mm.
the thing about it is it's a really, really long unsolved murder mystery, or murder
Okay.
case. It just
Yeah.
now, they say the case has been solved, but we don't know. Like, this guy has been running his mouth all over Los Angeles for, at least 7 years, and now all of a sudden he's been arrested and he's claiming to be the ringleader.
Yeah, I read something about that like recently.
And now I guess P Diddy got in trouble for beating his girlfriend, and
Okay.
he's also been in trouble for sex trafficking.
Yeah, I did see something about that.
hmm My big question, though, and I've asked these guys because I don't know much about the story, but with the sex trafficking, though, everybody throws that word out there, but what exactly are they talking about? Because there's sex trafficking with like little kids, which a lot of people freaking are pissed off about, and they're thinking it's that. But then there's freaking illegal sex trafficking of women, which is the real kind. And then there's sex trafficking in California, which if you're a freaking pimp and you're pimping prostitutes, you're sex trafficking. That's the third kind. So what?
There is prostitution
Right?
as legal in California.
No. It's
Okay.
they've actually been moving to have it. They may have already done it, but they've been moving towards having it changed to uh, sex trafficking.
Okay. Because in the UK it's a bit of a weird rule. It's legal to be a prostitute. It's legal to gain money from prostitution, but it's not legal to be a client of a prostitute.
Uh, so if you get caught,
If
you're
that
in
makes sense.
trouble.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
So if I was a prostitute and I was selling myself, then that would be legal. But if you bought my services, then you would be breaking the law.
Awesome. I mean, I'm not saying like awesome, like, but
So yeah.
but I'm like, yeah, that's actually, I mean, and that's really the way it should be, because like, first of all, freaking sex and prostitution is probably the oldest form of, I mean, really the oldest freaking job, I guess you can say, in the world.
And funny enough, I think it was in Tony Blair's time that prostitution was made into a taxable occupation.
Oh wow. Well, Tony
Yeah.
Blair. There's probably a reason why he did that. He wanted a tax deduction.
He also was looking for employees' rights. Can't work any more than 38 hours per week, and you've got to have a pension.
You're bringing up some funny shit right there, because like, did you keep track of Hillary Clinton when she was running for president?
Not overly.
Over in Las Vegas, Nevada, or in Nevada, period. She had all them
Yeah.
freaking prostitutes over there rallying for her and shit. She promised them that they were going to get universal health care and shit. So you had like porn stars and freaking prostitutes all vote for Hillary Clinton. I was like, hell no, dude. It's crazy.
If anybody needs universal health care, it's tough.
Yeah,
People that work in that career.
that's the thing, man. That's the thing that gets me. It's like all these women lib movements. They all want to talk good about freaking women's rights, but then when it comes to prostitutes and freaking porn stars and all that, oh no, we don't agree with that. That's horrible. Well, you're wanting to take away the rights of prostitutes and porn stars who voluntarily do that shit. You know?
Mm,
Not all of them voluntarily do it, but the majority of them do it. Okay, it's like
yeah.
don't be fooled by that, thinking that every prostitute has a John or not a John, but a pimp. You know, because that's what you see on television.
They aren't called pimps, they're called employers. Small
Oh,
businesses helping out the local economy.
God save the Queen. I could imagine.
Yeah.
Let me see what's going on. Well, again, I guess, how long have we got here? Yeah, we got 15 more minutes. If nobody shows up in the first hour, we'll just shut it down, say we did it.
Yeah. Do you have the clock on there? So this displaying 1 hour and 1 minute. 1 hour and 2 minutes. Yeah. Also, that's a nice little extra function on Nextcloud. So there's a small timer off the top.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
It's a pity the Sky called Jitsi doesn't do the same.
This call has been running for 1 hour, which
2
is
minutes and 14 seconds.
Mhm. That's pretty cool. But we've only been streaming for 47, so we can still do 12 more, make it even. And then like on the recordings, whenever I start the recordings, I try to make them an hour, even though it's over.
Yeah.
But I get a kick out of all that. You know, when I see all that, these people are freaking crazy. Like, and the thing of it is like you said. I mean, those are the people who need the freaking universal health care of all, out of all of them. You know, and they try to make them out to be like the drags of society. You know. Which, don't get me wrong, you guys have a bigger issue with all that shit than what we do, especially considering you're so close to Europe. You know, like over in Armenia and Hungary and all that, they've got that real sex trafficking going on there.
I mean, dude, does the UK have such a big issue compared to the States? I mean, I could argue the same with you, your proximity to Latin America.
Well, I'm saying that you guys don't have it as bad as the real sex trafficking issues over there in like Romania and Armenia and I know that Hungary's real bad about it too. Like these guys will freaking kidnap girls off the side of the road and shit.
Yeah.
And to me, that's the real sex trafficking. That's where people need to be focusing on. So.
I mean, the sort of illegal immigration issue at the moment isn't going to help that issue.
It'll help them.
Well, yeah, well, that's what I mean. It's going to help them, but it's not going to help trying to resolve this. It's going to just make it worse. If it isn't already.
Well, it's just like the one thing I have an issue about with all that is like people don't want to talk about how many Mexicans over here are dying in freaking semi trucks because they've been locked in and they're dying in the heat, you know, or they don't want to talk about illegal immigrants that are living in orange groves and
this country
dying. There you go. You're coming back. But yeah, they've got like Mexican.
Okay.
They got like Mexicans dying and being found dead in ditches and shit. And they worked as an immigrant in
Mm.
the freaking orange groves.
Yeah, we had the same problem a couple of years ago with all the um, migrants coming via the Ural tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
the tunnel between France and UK.
They that's the stuff though that they don't ever want to talk about. You know, it is an
Mm.
issue when it comes to those kind of things. People who die from that shit. You know, so
I would be interested to know how many people have died because of drowning, because of the dimming issues, or the tunnel issues.
so are people actually trying to swim to England and shit from France?
Mostly rubber dinghies. Um, what's happening at the moment is that France is not really policing their border, and then there's been cases where the UK border force will get a call from the French authorities saying that we've got a boat that's almost on your side of the channel. Are you going to please take care of them?
And they
So
don't.
yeah, just wiping the hands of the issue.
Well, I mean, if they really want to come across, the best way to do it is come through Scotland. I don't know.
No,
It's the
best ways. Well, the best way is either to go through uh, France and then the Channel, and then or Germany and
you know by where the old kingdom of Brittany was, right?
yeah.
That right there was the easiest access because it's the shortest amount, other than down on the south side, right there by Spain. Now you can come up.
Oh no, you France, France. Not Dover. Further over from Dover. North, East France, and then southeast England.
They come down out of Holland.
No, it's mainly through the Channel.
Yeah, I would definitely use the Spanish thing because you guys only have like a little strip of water in between. I mean, they could.
No, there's quite a bit of water actually. They're not very low. Not very low. See.
It's
Um,
Spain or it's France. It's right there at the
it's
boot.
France. Spain is miles off. Technically, we are talking about. We're talking about. We're talking about.
Well, I know Spain's getting tired of this shit too, because like I've seen a few documentaries they had concerning gypsies. Like they're having a real serious issue when it comes to gypsies down there.
Not as bad as Greece at the moment.
Yeah, I've heard about Greece too.
It's another country, but
You're breaking up.
uh,
Yeah, you think you're still talking, don't you? He figured it out, or he got booted. One of the two. All right, so 5 more minutes, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. doesn't seem like anybody's interested, so I'm not. Oh, there he is. You're muted. Oh. So, the day after, open source. The great open source. Yeah, there you are. Here we go. The great open source.
Actually, it wasn't. I don't think it was open source. It was more of an infrastructure issue then, because I noticed mine's chapter went offline as well.
Mine's chat went offline too.
Yeah. Therefore, I think it's something that was related to my infrastructure. My infrastructure.
Let me check this out.
A router or something. But it's working again, so yeah, just have to refresh.
Blaming mine's chat on it. First it was Skype, now it's mine's. What's wrong with you, man? Come on now.
I'm just saying that my mine's chat window got disconnected for a second at the same time as that.
Well, the weird part is like, this is the first time that it's happened to only you, and I haven't had it happen yet. No, it's usually the other way around, or both of us, you know what I mean? But like, I'm just sitting here, and the shit's happening, and it usually is me going off and on online, so I don't know.
So yeah, in this case, I think it's even my, well, more than likely my ISP.
Mm-hmm. I think you were right the first time, though. We need to let you break this down and start it from scratch. Instead of doing the upgrading. Because
this is technically a new deployment anyway. We did this deployment a couple of weeks ago because of the
that's right. You
failure, server failure, didn't I?
Yeah, you said you was going to redo all of them. So
this specific Mixcloud framework, because the other also my own that's on this server, and also the MCOSI already had active backups.
Calm down, Tiger. Calm down.
This one didn't have any active backups because the backup for this one died for some reason. I didn't actually physically download the backup to local storage, so when the server died on it, I lost all the information in relation to this instance.
This is the one that we're planning on going with too. For anybody who's watching, we're going to end up using this once it gets all straightened out. Mark Worthy's brainchild, the crazy man at work.
Crazy, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this. I mean, the thing I like about it is that it's autonomous. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing I talk about. I'm not the one to preach the open source shit. You know what I mean? But I'm the one that agrees with things need to be autonomous. Like, you know how Bill is always talking about wanting to do the Fediverse and all that shit. That's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Freaking make your freaking platform to where it's autonomous and self-sufficient. And stop freaking...
I don't know, I can understand Bill's argument. It's like, I keep thinking that the social media industry is all about user figures. User numbers. The more users you get, the more likelihood of getting third investment.
Well, I mean, he claims that freaking there's no money coming out of viewers. You know what I mean? Viewers shouldn't matter if if that's what he's claiming. He's saying that the view count doesn't freaking mean nothing when it comes to monetization, you know? So,
As far as Minds is concerned, remember, Minds uses doesn't use the advertising sort of vehicle, unlike other platforms like Facebook and YouTube, even though it's been argued that YouTube has been losing money for years now.
they all make that claim. Even X is trying to say that they can barely freaking cover the amount. I mean, they've been saying that shit for years, like you said. All of them.
Well, Facebook was its opening IPO was overpriced anyway. It's been over inflated. Twitter, arguably, I can't think of his name. Head of Twitter.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Yeah. Arguably, he paid too much for it.
Well, he knew he paid too much for it. The only reason why he bought it was because he got pissed off. You got to remember that. I mean, like, there was no professional decision making in that whole ordeal. Like, they tried to ban him from frickin' Twitter, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna ban me?" So he went in and he bought him.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean,
But always raises the question if about third-party shareholders, are they making any money on these so-called investments?
I was kind of thinking about making money on there because they got the new setup now, and it's like what Minds used to have, where you get paid for posting your content. It looks almost identical to it.
You get paid by tokens.
Well, I don't know if it's tokens or not. If it's tokens, I'll walk away from it.
You wouldn't. I don't think it's money.
If it's cash, I'll do it, but not.
I don't think it's cryptocurrency because that raises a lot of SEC issues, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Something that Minds has to be really careful of, and they are not being.
Well, I don't think it's cool that they even did the tokens thing on there. That's why whenever I was on Minds Plus getting monetized, I wanted cash. You know, I don't want their tokens or anything like that. And that's the thing that a lot of people get mixed up with whenever I talk about that, because I keep forgetting the fact that I was getting paid in cash. And the reason why I was getting paid in cash is because cryptocurrency, mine's their token is worthless. Like my WoW coin that I made with Minds.com or Minds Gaming is worth more than their token.
My issue is that they inflating the token and calling it cryptocurrency, which is raises a lot of SEC issues, and B, it's a violation of the terms of service agreement, 17 clause section 17.5, which I've criticised them on many occasions now.
You've had me read it like 4 times already. It hurts my head every time I do it.
I actually created a new GitLab ticket about a week ago now, because on the new help and support platform, they actually claim that the token is a cryptocurrency.
Oh my goodness. See?
And they actually physically say, Minds token is a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
And I know that they have not, in fact, just said now.
When it comes to all that, man, it just makes you think, you know, and it's like, How many of those tickets have you put out and they just don't want to listen? They just keep doing it. Like, they just keep it.
Well, yeah, there's only two tickets that I put out that are related to this specific issue. One from 3 years ago, and this one that I created on the 16th. And the one on the 16th, the staff has not provided any feedback on at all. And I knew they weren't.
Mm-hmm.
I knew they were not. Because they know they're in a violation. I know they're in violation. But they're not going to claim that.
They're not going to say anything to you.
Yeah. I mean, if I was being... If I was really wanting to push the issue, I would be making a report to the US Security and Exchange Commission by now.
Yeah.
And then they would be in a lot of trouble, I'm guessing.
Well, I think there's a lot more involved when it comes to mines than what everybody knows. You know what I mean? Because it just seems odd that they freaking just closed up their shops and freaking hid away like they did. You know, and all that stuff happened after the stuff with library went down and everything. It just seems odd, you know. I did tell you they finally sold Odyssey off on the auction, didn't they?
No, you did mention that.
Yeah, I went in
I
there.
heard a rumor about that, but
I went on Discord, and they had their old help and support on there. I don't know if it's still there or not. I can check, but that's where it was.
just going to post that a link to that GitHub ticket in this chat, so you can have a look at it. There.
Here we go. Let me see real quick.
Terms of service issue number 22, or issue terms of service number 23.
Oh yeah. Issues with new mines token support article. That's cool. Within the last week or so, I've been looking through the new mine support chat framework based platform. And while the entries that I have reviewed so far look to be thoughtfully produced, I have a question of wording which is displayed within the mines token article. While the mines token article state that the mines token is a utility token within the second sentence of the first paragraph, what is mines token section, the initial sentence states that the mines token is a cryptocurrency. I consider that by stating the first sentence, this is actually conflicting with what is stated within the clause 17.5N on the mine's terms and service contractual agreement. As I have noted within number 14, clause 17.5N states, by opting to receive mines tokens, you represent the warrant that you understand that the mines tokens are a utility token not intended to be digital currency, security, derivatives, or any other kind of financial instrument. Therefore, by stating that the mines token is a cryptocurrency, as well as framing the mines token as being a cryptocurrency, I'm reading that again. Therefore, by stating that the Minds token is a cryptocurrency, as well as the Minds token being a cryptocurrency as opposed to being a crypto token within further sections of the article, I posit the argument that the Minds Inc. is, at the very least, attempting to provide a form of what could be considered as being advertising-based puffery. This point is related to what I have stated within number 14, and you've set up a Minds token support for Minds token support ticket.
Number 14 is related to the terms of service issue from, well, that's been open for the last 3 years.
Mm-hmm. Now, what is going on here? Oh, it was Do Better. He said, sorry, I can't make it right now. How long will y'all be live? I'm going to tell him I'm going to close it down here before long.
Yeah.
Tell him thanks for stopping by anyhow. Yep, Do Better's pretty good. It's just freaking, he's hard on time right now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, whenever I got on Skype, that's the reason, man. And he said maybe next week, but that's one of the reasons why I decided to get on Skype, you know, and it is because freaking more people on Minds use Skype. Everybody, you know what I mean? And Minds Gaming brought that up in chat the other day, which it's understandable, you know, freaking people are into open source and stuff, but the thing of it is I did that same crap for people like Mr. Robot, you know, and I ended up
mentioning it to him yesterday.
Yeah.
Reminding them that more, there's a big audience on Skype.
Yeah, and there's a huge amount of people on Minds who are also on Skype, you know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean...
I can sort of see, this is why Jaffe uses Skype.
Yeah.
As his preferred.
I mean, do you realize how many times Jaffe freaking wanted to come on the show with us and couldn't do it because we were too busy catering to people who were open source? You know?
Well, he can do it, but it's just a matter of changing your...
It's easier for him. He's an old... You gotta understand, he's an old man, you know what I mean? You gotta give him that arthritis pill and teach him how to walk.
Yeah, changing your work patterns a bit.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how many platforms we use just to do the same thing. We use Jitsi, we use Skype, we use this, we use...
Yeah. Discord.
We use...
Glitch. Yeah.
Oh, well, Discord, you.
Well, it's another thing I have, like, I don't agree with. Like, he's, like, on freaking, he's on DLive, he's on YouTube, he's on this, he's on that. I freaking am on YouTube, and I am on freaking Odyssey. I used to be on BitChute, but I stopped doing that. I don't trust them. And, now I'm on Rumble, and it took everybody freaking forever to convince me to use Rumble. And the reason why is because I've done all these platforms. Me and John have been going through these platforms like they're freaking, like we're running out of water and shit, you know? So, I've been there and done them things. I just, for me, I'd rather bounce around to all these VoIPs if I have to, rather than be on 50 freaking platforms at the same time.
I don't know, the sort of 50 platform. It's the old my old sort of bums and seats thing, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You got to go where the audience is.
Yeah, you can't play that game. Like, I'd love to be the guy standing up there. Oh yeah, I love open source. I love open source. Well, what if somebody wants me to go on frickin' Discord for an interview? Oh, I can't do that because I believe in open source.
Well, you don't have to. I don't use Discord because I don't agree with the terms of services.
You're afraid of the CIA.
Therefore, I disagree with their contractual agreements.
Yeah, they're contractual. You gave that same look my sister used to give me. It's the same exact look my sister used to give me, like, Roger. Like, whatever.
But I'm entitled to. It's a free market. I'm
Right.
entitled to use whatever agreements I or agree to any agreements I agree to.
I will agree to any form of open source as long as I don't have to frickin' put Linux on my computer. You know what I mean? That's the only thing that I will not ever do. And other than that,
No, you don't have to.
I'm cool with open source. I don't feed into the hype that a lot of these people are pushing when it comes to open source. Okay, there's really nothing special about open source, at all. I mean, like, freaking, open source is basically the place where all these big companies go to steal your shit. Put something on open source and see how long it stays there.
Yeah, but it's a stealing.
Hey,
It depends on the license agreement, but if you're using a GPL-based FLOSS license agreement, then it's not stealing.
well,
It's reusing.
that would be cool. I could respect that if these same companies weren't taking that, putting it into their programs, and then putting a copyright on it so that you would get in trouble for using it.
That would be a violation of things like the GNU GPL.
They do
If
it.
they were doing the things like the MIT or BSD licenses, then that'd be legal. But if the original developers licensed a GPL-styled license, then that'd be a violation of the copyright.
There's no copyright, is there, on open source?
Well, copyright, I use that term very loosely.
I take your shit, put a copyright on it, you're screwed.
Then, yeah, and then you are violating. And then if I release the product as under GPL license, then you'd be violating that license by doing that.
So how many people do
And
that?
then, yeah, I would see you in court.
How many people do that though? You see?
There's been cases. There's been several cases.
So we're gonna have to do that on Tech Talk at some point too. Talk about that. It's actually a good. That would be a good conversation to do on Tech Talk.
Actually, I've got an entire I don't know if I think you may have already seen about an entire blog article I wrote back in 2018, 2019 about open source license agreements.
I think so. Yeah. You provided it, didn't I? Post it up on the screen even at one point.
Yes, may have.
Man, now I know why nobody's coming on here. They don't want to have to contend with that open source shit. Did you hear me? I can't hear a word you're saying. The open source is causing issues in the transmission to where there just seems to be an issue with all that open source. It's causing static.
As the end user's concerned, it's just another software as a service. Another cloud thing.
Hold on, I can't hear you
No
very
more
good.
different than Skype or Teams or other problems again.
Yeah, you're having some connection problems. All that open source is causing static.
I've just refreshing.
Angel Espano. I'm getting like tons and tons of. You there?
Yeah, I'm back. I think I've got focus with my infrastructure, or my internal infrastructure, with noise related issues. At the moment, that's what it looks like to me. But yeah, as I was saying, as far as the end user is concerned, services right there, it's just another browser-based service.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's open source too. You know what I mean? You got that going on for you. A lot of people do like that. So
Mm. Mm.
it's now with this, I believe, yeah, we are at an hour and 22 minutes. So if you want, man, we can just call it short and be done with it, because
We can. But,
just kind of get you on the screen if it can. That way you can
oh,
be.
hang
Oh,
on.
dude, I need to
Just
take a
looking
picture of that. That is cool as shit. That is cool
Okay,
as hell.
just let me just writing up the thing. That should be a bit better. We've got guests. We've got somebody there.
That is so cool.
Singing.
You should see how it looks from my end, dude. You got like a big old bright freaking, like you're there and everything's bright. That's just pretty cool. Okay, can you hear me at least?
So, yeah, I
Oh.
can hear you then.
Okay, so we got 2 minutes to go. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm gonna shut it down, and we'll call it the day, man. So, sound good?
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will talk to you later, man.
Mm,
Bye.
good day. Good day.